Great. So welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending from which part of the world are you joining us today. Greetings of peace on behalf of YERA Europe and myself, and also our co-organizers of this webinars, which is Baraza. We are so happy that YERA Europe and Baraza come together and organize this webinar series on the occasion of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. So let me also congratulate on the World Interfaith Harmony Week. And even though it is just the first week of the month, we decide to have activities through all the month of the February. Also, this is beyond collaboration between YERA Europe and Baraza, because our dear friends from YERA Netherlands join us, and also our dear friends from YERA Great Lakes Africa region as well. So this is YERA cross-regional collaboration project, and this is webinar titled Food, Magic of Food. And I think that food is topic that is bringing all people together. So if you have some food around you, if you have some coffee or tea, please feel free to enjoy your snack or breakfast, dinner, lunch, or whatever that you're having with you. It is great pleasure to have all of you here with us. And once again, just reminder that we have interpretation function to the Russian language. Our dear friend Rada is translating from you all the time. So please go to the globe and choose the Russian language if you would like to listen our presentation in the Russian language. And also feel free to use chat option to introduce yourself, to say us where are you calling from, and to just share some details about yourself, maybe contact details or whatever you would like to share about yourself. And now I will give the floor to Karima, who will introduce co-organizers of today's webinar. So Karima, floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Leila, and thank you, everybody. It's so good to see you. I'm thrilled to be here with all of you from around the world, really. So we are so happy, delighted to offer this webinar together as a cooperation. YERA Europe together with Baraza CC, with IFAST CC, with YERA Netherlands CC, and with YERA Great Lakes Africa region. And the CC is called Restoring and Empowering Communities. And also, of course, with YERA Global, because this is a YERA Global cross-regional collaboration. So before I will be handing over to my colleagues to introduce their organizations quickly, I'd like to say a few words about YERA in general and about YERA Europe. So YERA, as many of you will know, but some will not know, is a global grassroots interfaith network with over 1,000 grassroots organizations in more than 100 countries of the world active. Europe is one of the 8 YERA regions alongside Africa and Asia, Latin America, Middle East, and North Africa, multi-region, North America, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific. So it's around the whole globe. In Europe, we are proud and happy to be working with 61 cooperation circles, which are grassroots organizations in 17 countries, spanning from Finland in the north to Spain in the south, and in the west, the UK, up to Tajikistan in the east. So all the groups are doing wonderful work with a focus in Europe around social cohesion, peace building, but also women's empowerment, youth work, and so many more topics. So it's easy to get inspired, and the blessing really to be working with all of you in those cooperation circles. The work happens on 2 levels. One is bringing people of different faith traditions together, and the other level is addressing issues in the community. In Europe, usually if Corona doesn't forbid it, we have an annual regional assembly so that we can get together face to face and meet each other, enjoy each other's company, learn about each other's work, build partnerships, learn new skills and new information. So we hope that it will be possible soon again. With the Corona situation, hopefully easing soon. And meanwhile, we are doing these amazing webinars. That's also great to be together on this level. Sometimes, like now, if I look at all your faces, it feels almost like we are sitting around the same table. So lastly, I'd say that YERA Europe is a registered NGO, international NGO in Belgium. And that should suffice for today. And I'd like to pass on the word to And thank you for the hearts. It's really a joy and delight to be together. And I'd like to pass over to Riaz first. And I would like to welcome Duncan, Dr. Duncan Wielsen, who is the YERA Europe chair and who is also joining us and is providing wonderful leadership in Europe together with the URI Europe board. So thank you so much, Duncan, for being here with us. So with that, I'd like to pass it over to Riaz.
Thank you, Karima. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Really pleased to be with you all. Duncan, always a great pleasure to be on a webinar where you are present. Dear friends, I thank you for being with us today to mark the United Nations World Interfaith Harmony Week. It gives me great pleasure to speak to such a global audience. And the title of today is, of course, The Magic of Food. So I am expecting the virtual to become the real in the next few minutes. So all of this delicious food that we'll be talking about, by some miracle, it'll appear right in front of me in the next few minutes, and I can have a thoroughly good lunch over the next hour or two. But I certainly hope that we are able to, just picking up on what Karima had said, that we are able to make the virtual real, because of course, humanity thrives on the interactions between one another. And I certainly hope the day is a lot closer than we think. So I am Riaz Rabat. I am the Secretary General of Baraza, which is an independent international non-profit organization. Now, Baraza is a Swahili word meaning council or meeting place. It is simply a place where people get together, share news, ideas, and try together to solve some common problems. It is in this spirit that Baraza was formed in 2017 in Munich, in Germany. Baraza is dedicated to the global promotion of peaceful thinking, tolerance in areas of culture and religion, and understanding among nations. We believe in ideals of an acceptance, understanding, and coexistence. Our work is expanding all the time. We have run several programs, including seminars, conferences, courses, and events. We were responsible for the concept, planning, and delivery of the exhibition, which was titled Tolerance, Understanding, Coexistence, which is the Sultanate of Oman's message of Islam. We have created a world religions coloring book for kids, which is available in 16 languages, and it is available to download from our website. And of course, hard copies are available too, and I have a copy here. Our flagship life skills program is called Unity, and Unity is an exciting, inspiring, I should say, scheme for young people. It builds confidence and provides an encounter-based learning environment to create citizens who are open-minded, skilled, and resilient to face some of society's challenges. Children in Munich have already benefited from Unity, and we seek to expand this further. I would like to thank all the partner organizations, especially colleagues in URI Europe, with whom we are working with today, but we have worked with for quite some time on a range of different initiatives. My gratitude to all of them, Karima, Leila, Angeline in particular. Please do follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and visit our website, which is www.baraza.ngo. Thank you and enjoy the webinar.
Thank you very much, Riaz, and also for the good partnership. I would like to hand the word to Timur to introduce briefly iFast, our partner, one of our partners for today.
Yes, good day, dear friends. We would like to make our introduction with a short video. Give me a few seconds to share it. So who we are? We are one of Institute of Applied Spiritual Technology Institute projects. iFast is one of CC's since November 2020, and it has many projects. One of them is Leader of New Era. It's a project for young people aged 16 to 22. And the mission of our project is to promote leadership potential and self-realization beyond young people and restore high culture of trust. We've got 4 aims. First, we want to help students to self-discover their selves and communicate with equals. Also, we want to disclose their innate talents and help them understand their callings. The third one is to develop such called soft skills as needed tools to achieve success. And of course, our school helps young people to create successful social responsible teams. We have got 100 students all around the world. And actually, this project is made by our students as part of their education. We've got students from Russia, India, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Kazakhstan, and Georgia. So this is a few words about us and about our students. For whom should I pass the word next?
You can pass the word, Timur, to Despina from the Great Lake regions in Uganda. I thank you for a wonderful presentation and your fine work.
Thank you. Please, Despina.
Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I know we are supposed to speak for 2 minutes, and in Africa, we don't speak for 2 minutes, but let me try to speak for 2 minutes. I'm called Despina Namwebe, and I'm the regional coordinator for URI in the Great Lakes region. URI in the Great Lakes region of Africa has like 7 countries, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, South Sudan, DR Congo, and Uganda. And we have like over 71 cooperation circles that do great interfaith work in peace building and other social action areas. And in this webinar, we are going to have that with one of those CCs which are doing great work in the region called Restoring and Empowering Communities. And as we, as a URI, as a global network that already Karima, my sister, has already introduced, as we try so hard to ensure that the networks, that we build stronger networks across borders and across regions and across all diversities here and far, we look at those small and sometimes big things. And this time around, we are talking about food, and who doesn't want to eat food? So we shall see all these things, videos and people eating, and please enjoy, but just know that food is such a central point and a central factor in the reconciliation. And our sister has used it to reconcile communities within her area, our sister Najiba. So please enjoy and welcome everyone. I think I've been a good one at 2 minutes, if not less.
Indeed, my dear sister Despina, thank you for the collaboration. It's great. I think it's the first one we have together with the Great Lakes region, so it's exciting also. And yeah, so now I'd like to give the floor to our young leaders from IFAST. And so curious, we'll focus, while you're talking about the food, we'll focus on the spiritual food and the intellectual nourishment, and I'm sure that will also be great. So floor is yours, Timur and friends. Timur, I think Nurbergen, Dana, Govinda, Lisa, and Lisa. Excited to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Just give me a few seconds to share the screen. So our topic today is magic of food, and we will investigate actually 3 topics connected with it. First one is to show connection between food and relationships. The second one is a deep research of fasting and how it is manifested in different traditions and how it affects physical body. And the last topic is the presentation of food, how it is connected with different religions. Now we can start from our first topic, food and relationships. And Lisa Laricheva and Lisa Mosyash prepared a nice research for you. So I give them word. Please, Lisa, you can start.
Thank you very much, Timur. Hello everyone, we are happy to see you all here. My name is Les, and I'd like to start our presentation about food and relationship by talking about love. Divine love. We believe that love is the only power and the only thing that can help us recover from the political, social, and cultural drift in which we find ourselves right now. And a lot of scriptures of different religions mention love many, many times for a good reason. For example, in Bible, Corinthians, we can read, let all that you do be done in love. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. And we've also found a line in Torah which states, you shall love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. So only spiritual love, as an authentic principle of all ethical religious models, possesses the strengths of personal and social cohesion, allowing people to get closer and to achieve the desired goal by all, freedom and justice. And we see food as a manifestation of love. For example, people cook different dishes to each other to express their love. Grandmother cook and feed their grandchildren. There's even a joke that it's impossible to leave your grandma's house hungry. Like there's always something she can feed you with. And mothers breastfeed their children, and they feel the deepest love at the moments like this. Women also cook and serve food to their families, and their families give their love back by expressing gratitude. And let's move to the next slide, please. So, girls, isn't that true? I can confirm that it is. So for many people around the world, including me, food is not only about the relationship with other people, but also with all the living beings. So we become vegetarians to show our love to all the animals around. I became a vegetarian 8 years ago, and because I realized that for me, there's no difference between humans and animals. So to show my love to them and respect to animals, I decided to give up eating meat. So let's proceed to my favorite part of the presentation. In a lot of countries such as Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, Belarus, and I'm sure that there are many other countries which have a tradition to get together at the table at any holiday, to serve a lot of food and spend hours eating and chatting. And these are the best moments which help us get to know each other better and get closer. For example, on the next picture, thank you, Timur. There is a photo of my New Year's Day celebration with the yoga group. And that was the day I realized how amazing the people I do yoga with are. Even though I had attended yoga classes for 2 years before that moment. We really had a lot of fun then. So the bottom line is that we all might have different ways of serving food or offering it to God. We see different prayers and we have different diets, but for all of us, food is a way to unite and to build close relationship with each other. And I think it's beautiful. So thank you very much for listening to me. Now I'd like to pass my word to my friend Lisa. Lisa, are you ready?
Yeah, thank you very much for the word, Lisa. I'm also Lisa, and I'm glad to be with you today. Some people would say that if they give their food to others, they will have nothing left. We want to share with you a piece from the Bible which refutes this statement. Where could we get enough bread in this remote place to feed such a crowd? How many loaves do you have? Jesus asked. 7, they replied, and a few small fish. Jesus gave this food to the people, and the more people ate this food, the more it became. The number of those who ate was 4,000 men, besides women and children. This story teaches us that if we share from the bottoms of our hearts, we get much more. Next slide, please. In addition, when we share our food with others, we avoid constant overeating, which is a huge problem nowadays. Gluttony is one of the sins, and we shouldn't forget about it. Since our market is overflowing with a wide variety of food and we can buy any product we want, people often misuse food, thus turning into consumers. This way, our appetites know no bounds, and we become short of everything, not just of food. That's why people often think only of themselves and forget about compassion and helping others, which is very important. So I want to share my personal experience with you. From my personal experience, I can say that since I have started to cook for my family and share the food with them, I feel so much love and desire to do something for something pleasant for others. This way, I really realized that we are happy not when we are well fed, but when we take care of others and feel needed. Now, thank you for your attention and listening to me. I want to pass the word to Timur.
Thank you very much, Lisa, for this nice and interesting research about relationships and food. And now, dear friends, before moving to the next topic, we want to invite you to play some game. I will send some link in the chat. When you press this link, you should write your favorite dish. And what will happen next, we will know only after introducing our next topic. And our next topic is called fasting. It is also connected with food, directly connected, actually, with the absence of the food in your body. And this investigation is made by our Line students, Nurbergen and Dana. So guys, I give the floor to you. Let me share the screen again and you can start.
Hello everyone, my name is Dana and I'd like to tell you about fasting. You can improve and develop relationships not only by cooking or eating together, but also by observing fasts. Fasting is not a diet, and abstinence from certain types of food is not the main purpose. But fasting is a good example of practicing spiritual technologies. So, what's the benefits of fasting? I'd like to pass my words to Nurbergen.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Timur. Hello, everyone. My name is Nurbergen. I'm so glad to see you, everyone. So let me talk about the scientific benefits of fasting. And yeah, the first thing is, of course, fasting helps us to control our blood sugar level. And this happens because during the day, our body reduces fat and insulin resistance and starts regeneration processes. On the next slide, we can see that the fasting is also a really good way to how to actually win over the obesity. And we know that obesity is kind of a global problem. Like even in the USA, kind of 40% of people suffering from obesity. And yeah, fasting will be a nice solution for this. On the next slide, thank you, Timur. Yeah, so on this slide, we can see that fasting also helps us to to prevent our body from cancer and cholesterol, because during the fasting, our body actually begins regeneration, and the recovery process as well starts during fasting. As like a lot of energy is saved during fasting when we not eat meat, and this usually when we spend our energy for digestion food, this energy goes to the regeneration of our body. So I want to pass to my friend Dana, and she will talk about the fasting in different cultures and religions. After that, I will summarize some benefits for the spiritual from the spiritual perspective of fasting. Yeah, thank you. Dana, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Nurbergen. Well, fasting is common to just about every major religious tradition. Next slide, please. Like Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, and Judaism. The most famous fast in Islam is Ramadan. In Christianity, Lent. In Judaism, Yom Kippur. In Buddhism, Upasadha. In the Vaishnava tradition, the days of Ekadashi. Next slide, please. I belong to the Vaishnava tradition, and I'd like to tell you about Ekadashi, fast I follow. Ekadashi from Sanskrit 11. This fast follows the 11th lunar day after the new moon and full moon. Each of the days of Ekadashi has its own very interesting history. These days, the mind is very restless. Irritability and inattention may manifest, and heavy food during Ekadashi accumulates negative energy and easily takes the mind out of a shaky balance, so it's recommended to abstain from it. There are several levels of fasting. Everyone chooses the one that he or she can do. I usually refuse legumes and grains because I'm vegetarian, but several times I was on dry fasting or on the water. This is a very cool experience of getting closer to God. These days, it's very favorable to engage in spiritual practice and charity, to read the Holy Scriptures. Ekadashi should be dedicated to God. I noticed that when I follow this fast, I become more patient and productive. I don't waste time on food, but I can share it. So thank you for attention. I pass my word to Nurberkan again.
Thank you, Donna. So let me talk about some spiritual benefits and why fasting is important from the spiritual perspectives. And yeah, the first reason, I think many of us would agree that we dedicate our fasting to God. And during this, we also kind of foster the responsibility between on behalf of God, before God. And also we release our heart and mind from negative thoughts and feelings and anger during this time. And thus we can develop, in this way we develop our moral consciousness. Also another benefits, spiritual benefits, is reconsideration of our values, because when we fast, we refuse from meal, and this is a process. During this time, the process begins of a kind of reconsideration of our values, and we begin really appreciate what we have in our life. And this starts from the very food from which we reduce, and ending with other welfare aspects. So the next one is compassion. And yeah, reconsideration of our values can bring us to the development, to the further development of our compassion. And compassion nowadays is really important, because if we're compassionable to others, we can see not only our problems, but we can also see the problems of other people, and thus we can help them. And yeah, the last but not least is of course patience and resilience, because during fasting, when we refuse from food, we actually also develop our patience, and thus we become more resilient, not only during fasting, but also resilient to like challenges in our life. And yeah, can we please go to the next slide, Timur? Yeah, let me talk about how fasting unites people. And yeah, the very first thing is that fasting is multidimensional in the uniting of people. We can like unite during fasting when we fast together. For example, in my tradition, I'm Muslim. I usually used to fast with my friends, and this is so nice because when we meet together, when we eat after a daily fast, this is a lot of emotions, and also there's a lot of support to each other, especially to ones who maybe fast for the first time. And this is also another way how to unite with people. Apart from this, during fasting, people usually prefer to do charity as well, and this is also a great way how to unite with people in need and with other societies. Also, collective praying in temples, mosques, churches is another way how to unite with people. So there are really numbers of ways how to unite through the fasting. And as we said, fasting is not only about refusing from food, but it's more about how we can unite, how we can meet other people despite any differences in cultural background, religious background. And yeah, thank you for attention. I want to pass word to Timur.
Thank you very much, Nurberkan, Dana. It was really interesting research about fasting, about this affection on physical body and how it is written on the scripts. Now let's show what do we have now from our game. I will share my screen and we will see what food dishes are the most popular. So the favorite dishes, we can see someone likes fruit bowl, eclairs, okra puri. You have time to find your favorite dish here. So many tastes and many people from so many traditions. And we will move to our next topic, which is called food in different traditions. Traditions and religions. So let's imagine, I will present this topic. My name is Timur, because I will not only moderate this presentation, but also the present of some part of it. And food in different religions is actually my part with Govinda, our youngest participant in our project. So food in different religions. Let's start from the live example. And let's imagine you haven't been eaten for a whole day, and when you come back from school or from work, you see your favorite meal like sushi or okra or plain rice or pizza, and you smell it, you see it, and the first wish in your head is to taste it. But in this way, many scripts gives a good spiritual advice to improve your consciousness by making a prayer before taking a food, because by this you can control your taste function, your taste feeling, which is actually really strong. But if for these few minutes you can be stronger than it and awake some gratitude to the God, it will really improve your spiritual life. Let's move to some examples in main traditions. For example, in Catholic Christianity, people sit together, taking their hands and talking the prayer. Here is the text of the prayer in Christianity. In Islam, it is called dua, and also depends on a different way of Islam. It is done before or after taking the meal. From the life example, my mother, she's in Islam, approximate for 12 years, and every time she finishes the food, she makes the hand like this in the picture and says Allahu Akbar, which means that the Lord is great. And now let's move to our final topic. It's food in Vaishnava tradition, and Govinda will share his research and his life examples with you. Govinda, please, floor is yours.
So, good day to everyone. Thank you, Timur, for passing the words. Yeah, my name is Govinda, and please, next slide. So, I will tell you about vegetarianism and offering food in the Vaishnava tradition. So, one of the principles in the Vaishnava tradition is not to use fish, meat, and eggs, because just animals die and experience from them and emotions like fear and anger coming to the food and becoming bad for human consciousness. Yeah. So, next topic is consecration. In our tradition, we need to offer food. It's one of a part of the ways to go to God. So we are just eating food that offered to God, doing something just for the God. So, and because of that, we are just coming to God. And this offered food is called prasadam. Yes, okay. And was one example from my life. So I was just in one Indian holy place and there was a temple and there was pujari. It's a guy who just offering food in the temples, and he just gave us family like thali. It's a rice, dal, something sabjis, yes, just simple Indian food. And so first of all I tried a handful of rice. It just was not even salted. So I tried, it was so good. But this rice was cost like about 30 rupees. Salt, it was even not salted, even not like without sugar, without anything. It just was so good, and I was have good feelings inside, just relaxing and chilling. So next slide. And the end, if you want the same portion of happiness, we just does SMS registration just for free. You can just fill the Google forum, and we will set not you just like rice. We will send you something else. And now, Timur, words to you, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Govinda, for this tasty example of the plain rice. And dear friends, we will send now a Google link for you. And if, as our webinar called Magic of Food, we want to try to do this magic and to deliver this prasadam for you. I know it sounds like crazy or sound even impossible, but it's a good challenge for us, and we will try to search for you and somehow to deliver this food. Yes, thank you, Leila. As you can see, you can follow this link, just fill in the information that you needed, and we will contact you. Thank you very much, dear friends. We just finished our presentation, and if you have got some questions or some commentaries, you are welcome to raise your hands.
So I think this has been amazing. Thank you very much. So rich, so many aspects to hear your different voices, your personal experience. Just really, really wonderful and great. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I'd like to just repeat that our team from iFast and Leadership for a New Era are actually so courageous and adventurous to be offering us food. I think is physical food, consecrated food. So I think we can share the link once again. So no matter where you are, they will try to deliver this food to you. So if you wish to do that, just fill in the form and yeah, see where this adventure leads us. Thank you for that adventure as well. So we have even more points and more rich presentations. So I'd like to hand to Leila. And yeah, I think we all can give, before we do that, give one round of heart applause. So hearts reach out to all of you who have done this beautiful, rich presentation as a gift for us. Thank you, young leaders from Leadership for a New Era and iFast.
Thank you, Karima, for giving me floor. And once again, I also want to use this opportunity to congratulate Timur and the team of Govinda, Nurbengen, Dana, Lisa, and Lisa, who did great job introducing and preparing this presentation, especially Govinda, because he's just 14 years old. So remember, and putting yourself in the shoes, what we were able to do when we were 14 years old. So this is really proud. I'm really proud of all of you, and thank you for setting example what can be done if all these young leaders come together and how they can deliver these great presentations. And once again, the link is in the chat. We will resend it a few times. We will send the link once again via email. So all of you who would like to experience this magic of food, please fill out the Google form, and we will see where the magic of food will lead us, right, Timur? It will be an interesting experience, I'm sure, to follow up this journey together. But before embarking to this amazing journey of the magic of food, we would like now to go from this all over the place and young leaders coming from different places. We would like to now go to the Great Lakes, Africa region, and to greet our friend over there who co-organized this webinar as I said, as a cross-regional URI collaboration. And we are happy to have Despina, May, Nagiba, and others with us today. Despite the problems with internet connection, they managed to join us. Now I will share with you the video that they prepared, and I'm sure that you will enjoy learning about how food is used as a tool for reconciliation and dialogue. And this nice video will be followed by Nagiba presentation in which she will share how it is done in a community and what can be achieved if we all come together and use food as a tool of coming together and bringing the peace to our communities. So I will play it, and if there will be any issue, please let me know, because I'm not sure if this technology will work. So enjoy the video.
Food is the greatest bond maker of humanity. It is the one that brings the oldest thing that ever brought people together was actually food. They came together to hunt, and they also came together to celebrate the harvest. They came together to grow food. So food is the greatest bond maker of all time. Food is also used in resolving disagreements between people. Let's say if you annoyed your own relative, you have to go there with offers of food and all the other things. We usually take a rooster, a bunch of matoke, brew. Food is a kind of peace overture. You send somebody food. Even when we are going to pay tribute to the king, before we take whatever message we've taken, our offers of food items precede us. They go, and then somebody knows whoever has sent these gifts is also following soon thereafter. So food is very important. Food is used in very many rituals and celebrations, including birth, especially birth of twins, including death, including marriage. In all these rituals, food is central. In fact, some people even say if you come for a ceremony and you do not eat, then you have not attended the ceremony. From the Buganda African culture tradition, there are very many proverbs about food. Like there's one that says, Oluganda kulya, kinship is about food. Olugenda enjala terudda. If your kinsman ever left your home hungry, don't be surprised that they never return to your home. Food is also used in celebration of surviving a hardship. When somebody is freshly released from prison, we will slaughter a rooster. When somebody has just convulsed and survived a long illness, we will slaughter a rooster. In fact, when you survive something disastrous, when you're coming out of a disaster, there is also an idiom that go eat your chicken.
We use the food whenever we make the first day the food, we serve it for the God first before we taste it. So it's the first thing in the morning what we do it. Before serving, we just serve the God and then only we eat the food. And in the evenings, the dinner is like for us, we sit and we discuss about our problems and the whole day what we did it when we are eating the food. India is a very big country where food is very important for Indians. First thing in the morning, as soon as we prepare the food, we serve to the God before we eat the food. And in India, dinner time is very important for us, where the whole family comes together to have dinner, where we solve our problems, we get the solution for our problems. It's called rasam and it's very important in Indian culture. Like this dish has lot of medicinal values because we use lot of spices in it. And even during the COVID time, this soup is used in China and the other parts of the Asia a lot.
To me, food is very important, and we use food in all our dialogues because we believe dialogue of food, first of all, brings people together. Different kinds of people, religious people, cultural people, young people, old people, all the different people come together to share a meal. So during the dialogue of food, that's when we start having the conversation which we call dialogue of life. And the dialogue of life is when we talk about issues that concern us. Like in this community, we have the road issues, we have security issues, we have children who are not going to school, and there are many reasons why they're out of school. So the dialogues can be intergenerational, young children and older people. We've had dialogues with young people discussing still about issues concerning them as young people, or as mothers, or as youth, or the whole community. So to me, dialogue is very important, and dialogue of food especially. There's a saying that I borrowed from a friend called Jimmy. He works with Religions of Peace. He says, if you want to change the world, eat. If the world doesn't change, eat again. because the world cannot change on empty stomachs or empty minds.
If you're not seated around the refrigerator, she'll definitely know there is something wrong. Then she should not serve food until she knows what is going. Bringing it today, like she said, like everyone was saying, to share food. I have neighbors in Kokonje where I have a farm. And when I had just come to that, when I had just gone to that village, there was sort of resistance because I was new on this village, as I had the biggest chunk of land. Compared to their ages, I was the youngest, so there was a problem. So I realized I needed to use food to lure these people, you know. I started cutting bunches of matro and distributing to these different neighbors. Then with time, we started working together, you know. So I used food to have these people accept me.
Emmere balinga ka trick kaabwe ke bakozesanga mu differentiatinga abaana baabwe okutegeera abaana okutegeera embeera z'abaana. Olumu mpaka yaliako n'omuvubuka omu, kati omuvubuka kyava akwata mu maaso g'omulala eri aggyeyo ekifi nakyava nti sammillaha somanga erinnya lya Allah ng'ogenda okulya emmere amulaga mpisa z'okulya. Wakul biyaminika lisanga ddyowo obadde olya mmere. Wakul mimma yaliko olya nekino ekikuli mu maaso go amusomesa mpisa z'okulya.
Once you get new neighbors, you feed them for the whole year, each season, because it takes long for the new neighbor to start harvesting food immediately. So you already have food, stocked food. So to create that friendship, the togetherness, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, it is food that brings people together. So the neighbor you have, not like the whole village, but the immediate neighbors. You start with the immediate neighbors because you know challenges in town setting. In most cases, food is being bought, but the little you have, you share with the immediate neighbors.
Emmere yatukungaanyanga ffenna awamu ne tutuula awo ne bakadde baffe ne maama n'abega emmere n'atandika okutuwa. Kugenda buli muntu ng'abega ng'amuwa n'etuyigiriza okusaba. Teri alya mmere nga tamaze kusaba. Bw'oli oswankula eyo mpisa mbi. Oli osimbye olukono eyo mpisa mbi. Omuntu bw'aba alya tayogerera ku mmere. Omuntu bw'aba alya tayiguliza tula bulungi. Oli bw'aba amiramira mangu amugaleka kumiramira otyo. Omuntu alya mpolampola emmere paka okutuusa lw'onokkuta.
For COVID-19, it would be a sign of hope because it was done by the government that to give food. Like it was hope because some people are not even dying of COVID. Some people are not dying of COVID, they were dying of starvation, and that relief food did them justice.
This period of interfaith harmony actually helps us to, in a way, deepen ourselves in our own spiritualities. This period just reminds us, is just like a reminder that we are able to do that all the time. The United Religions Initiative actually does that on a daily basis. That's why we say we promote daily interfaith cooperation, because we wouldn't want to wait for a period or an activity to happen for us to offer that. It's something that we really value and we do it on a daily basis in the small and big actions. And this time around, we decided to share with everyone through the spirit of giving food, the spirit of sharing a plate of food. And to us, because we know food is universal, everybody in a way is able to share a meal. So we look at that as something that we share with others and that can bring people together. Even those who are conflicting are able to dialogue.
Yes, thank you very much. Sorry if the audio was a little bit lower, but something happening with my computer, and also audio on the video was not the best one, but we will share the video recording with you so that you can watch it again. And I'm sure that you managed to catch all this energy that was spread throughout the video and the message of how food can be used for the reconciliation and dialogue. And now I would like to give floor to the Nagiba, who will share a little bit more about this incredible work that is done over there and how this video was produced. So Nagiba, floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's raining heavily here. I hope you can hear me. And thank you so much for the support for making this happen. We worked with URI head office here in Uganda, and then we worked with the different CCs that make URI. First, we had to interview a cultural leader to see the perception and aspect in the cultural view, the importance of food, because it's like everything culturally rotates around food. And then we had we interacted with the Hindu community from the Hindu temple. These are people we work with doing our work, and we're honored to have them share something. Personally, I use food in everything, dialogue, because food, when I was growing up, our mom used to give us food to share with people, especially the homeless. And when we would bring back the food saying, I didn't find any Muslim, she would force me to take it back and ask my brothers to go with me to make sure that we give the people. And she would say, it's not about religion. People are hungry, they need the food. So I think it's a culture that we've grown doing. It doesn't matter the culture, the tribe, the religion, everyone needs food. And the kind of work I do, especially in the psychosocial support, sometimes you don't need to tell anything to someone. You can give them something, a fruit, a cup of tea, or some food, and somehow they look at things differently because they'll be calm when they're eating their food, they're more calm, and it helps a lot. We use food to discuss about difficult conversations, issues that are affecting people but are hard to bring to the table. When we eat food, those conversations are easier, using the food, making it a free space. And with reconciliation, culturally, if someone has been having conflict and we mediate between the different parties, when they agree to forgive each other and reconcile, we do cook food, different foods, and they have to eat on the same plate and feed each other to show that they've reconciled. It takes time, it needs patience, but it works magic, like the theme we have, magic of food. The food solves a lot. And when we're doing the interfaith work, then we need to have everyone considered and planned for. We have people who will not eat beef. We'll have people who will not eat pork. We'll have people who will not eat the different things. So we make sure it's very inclusive, very sensitive, and accommodative so that no one is compromised in any way. In this community, when I just came here 4 years back, people were talking to only groups that go to the same place of worship. They wouldn't talk to anyone else who doesn't go to the same place of worship. So what I did is, it was actually very bad that people would die in a house and no one knows until they see flies on the door and windows and have that stench coming out. So I used food to reach out to the different homes and invited people for a cup of tea, for a meal. And it's different now. Everyone looks out for each other. we share the food we have. When they harvest, everyone shares. When you're having meetings, we have like the 3 cluster home where the person has to bring 2 neighbors on both sides of their home so that they come together. So food is for many things, for reconciliation, for comfort, for celebration, for social cohesion, for unity, for many things. Thank you so much. And this was very nice having the people in the community have the dialogue and share the experiences. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nagiba, for all your incredible work. I'm sure that we all can get inspiration from what are you doing, because it's so important to use the food as a tool for reconciliation and dialogue and for bringing people together. And I think that you are doing it really nicely and inspiring all of us around. Also, big congratulations and thank you to Despina, May, and others from the region who were involved and support this great project and who is still supporting it, which is great. And now we are moving to our last but not least presentation for today. We are going back to Europe, to the Netherlands this time, where Hannah Mitra from our dear CCURI Netherlands will present Food for Healing project. And I think it is also very interesting and inspiring, and I hope that it will motivate some of you to join this project as well. So Hannah Mitra, floor is yours, and unmute yourself, share the presentation, and we are looking forward to learn more about this great project that you are working on.
Well, thank you so much, Laila. Hello, everyone. I'm from the Netherlands, URI Netherlands. I have seen some of my colleagues also here in this webinar. Very nice that you are joining too. Hello to Mariana. I've not seen you for a long time, but so good to see you all. And I would like to share my screen, but I need Timur again to help me, please. What shall I do?
Yeah, you should
again
press the demonstration screen. There will be a settings, and in the settings choose the PowerPoint file.
Share screen, right?
Yes, but previously you should open your PowerPoint file. It should be open.
It is open. It's open.
Yes. Yeah. You press the share screen, and you should see the PowerPoint file there. Click on it.
Yes.
And share it.
Like this. Is it seen now? Share. Is it like this? Huh? I'm not very good. So sorry for that.
Yes. But, okay. You can start it.
Yes. I have always difficulties in technicians, but still, I do hope I can manage this. Well, this is the project Food for Healing. It is a project that we made.
Hannah Mitra, can you please move the slides? Just the press, because we see the previous slide with all the options.
Okay. What should I do?
Just try to click the next slide.
Next slide. Like
is
this?
Is it moving or not?
Is it not moving?
Hannah Mitra, kan je mij horen?
Ja.
Ja, klik op vanaf begin. Ken je aan de bovenkant bij instructies vanaf begin. Klik daar, ja.
Ja, heb ik gedaan, ja.
Ja. Nee, je moet echt klikken. Je hebt nog niet geklikt.
Ik heb
of klik echt in de...
Can you maybe just try, Hannah Mitra, to exit this screen sharing and then try to open it again, just the PowerPoint presentation as Timur was advising you. So don't worry, we have time, just take your time. We are all learning this new technology, so it's not a problem. So yes. just exit share screening and then try again as we did when we were practicing, and I'm sure that it will work.
Yes, it works, so I don't know what happened, but it's always happening to me, you know.
It's perfectly fine. It's beauty of these meetings.
So first I have to open the PowerPoint, right?
Open it on your computer, and when you do that, then go to the share screen and then share it with us.
Share screen.
But you already share it.
Can you see it now?
Yes, but we can't see the full mood. We can just see like the one of the slides, and the others are on the round. So
And now?
It's the same. Nothing happened, but that doesn't matter. Maybe you can just start with the presentation and we will see. It's not a big problem if we see it in the center and then other slides on the side. It's fine. You can just move on and yeah, we can see the one slide in the center and others on the side, but I'm sure that you can continue presenting like this on this mode and we will see if the video will be able to play.
Ja, Annemitra, probeer vanaf huidige dia. Ja, klik, dubbelklik.
Ja, ik heb het gedaan. Can you see it?
It's still the same. Maybe if you would like to follow the advice for the Morgana.
I don't know what happened, but it is like this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just continue. Yeah, we will enjoy the presentation. Technology is not important.
Okay. I will stop sharing. Is that okay?
Okay, you can stop sharing and try to share it again, or.
Can you see it now?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
It works. Okay. This is the magic of presentation. Okay, so now we can move to the magic of food.
Yes. Well, sorry for this this technical problem, but this Food for Healing is a project we made with some people from URI. We met each other in Macedonia, Northern Macedonia, and we decided to form a communication team. And Laila was guiding us in doing that. And together with all the information from my colleagues, we were able to make this Food for Healing project. I hope you like the idea because it is something about intergenerational. How do you say it? Intergenerational people who want to be together, like as you has known that loneliness is a very shared burden, and it is unequally shared in Europe. Especially young people and elderly people are having this problem. And what we did with this project, we want to combat loneliness. But my slide is not working. Oh yeah, here. Can you see it? Yes. And you know, by that time that we made this project, the COVID-19 was very high. We were not able to see each other. There was a constantly lockdown, and because of that, we thought it's very important that we bring together elderly people and young people. So this is this project. And what happened during this COVID time, that cooking and eating was very important. It was very important activity. And you can see on the internet that you know, a lot of people were sharing their food, and on Facebook you see all the people got a like when they share some food. So I thought it is very important to have this this kind of project, and to get the focus to connect between young people and old people. So we thought about some output for this project. Actually, as I have mentioned, as my colleagues have mentioned before, food is very important in different cultures and so on, and it is also good for reconciliation. So the output in this project we made is a digital and an article. A digital is a short film for 1 minute or maybe 2 minutes, but it's really short. And an article where some information about how the food is made is shared. This is the outcome of this project. And what it can do actually is when we use this project, we see that the social isolation which is there, especially among the elderly people, that we can help them, you know, because they are suffering a lot, more than other groups. And I think it's very important that we also be aware of this, what's happening between people who are older. I know that nowadays a lot of focus is being put on young people, but don't forget the elder one, because I think it's very good to have a whole society with everyone in. And as you can see, there was an research, and I used this information from this research to have it. So we want to involve people again. We want to have them involved again in society, that they don't feel alone, but that they feel, the elderly feel that they matter again. Because nowadays, elderly people, especially in Europe, you know, they are put aside in houses for the elderly. They are not coming into families like this. Maybe in Africa, it is common. The culture where I come from, it was common also. But here in Europe, you know, housing are small, so it's very, very difficult to have this connection with the elderly. And old people, people of age, let me say it like this, because I won't use old people, but people of age. We have the knowledge, and I'm also of age now. I am aware of that, and I have never ever thought to myself that I have also knowledge which I can transfer to young people. But now in my work, I see that whatever I have learned in all those years, I'm able to transfer it, and the young people are really interested in what you are doing and how you are doing. The knowledge what is being shared could be recorded, and this whole thing can also be, you know, they can contribute to a healthy lifestyle, because you know that when you are alone, you start eating unhealthy stuff because because to how to say it, to ease your pain for the loneliness. So let me see if I can go further. Yes. So this is something that is very important, because this crisis, what we had, this you can say lessons learned from COVID. You know, it is we have seen many great initiatives, because people are now more aware of each other. They are really trying to care for each other. And what I have seen in society is that they are trying to do their best to encourage intergenerational solidarity. That means the connection between young people and old people. And yeah, this is something that I thought I have to share with you, because I was never interested in cooking before, but since I've become, since COVID actually, I have seen a lot of, you know, TV programs on about cooking, how they are making it. And as I mentioned earlier, that if you post a dish, you know, on Facebook or Instagram, it gets a lot of likes. So it is really something what we can do for this project. And I was so very happy with the presentation of the IFEST young people, young leaders actually, because I think in this project we have to search for heydays. It means religious days, and then it is not only for healing for the body, but also for the mind, is what our young leaders already have shared with us. And it means their own dishes, you know, it's your own dish, and it's related on a special heyday. So for instance, how does the project look like? We have to involve young people. We have to ask them to look for elderly people for a religious heyday, and then interview the elderly, and then record the knowledge about the recipes. The knowledge of these recipes are collected and documented by young people. I was so lucky that I got help from Emina and from Ali. They sent some information about it, and it is their photos what you are seeing here. They have to ask the elderly about the steps, how to prepare a certain dish and make pictures, but also make a film. And I hope my film is working, because I have it in the presentation. I will try to share it. I will try to play it, and I hope you can see it. It is a video without sound, because she had to make it in 1 minute, and she made it very quick, so that everything what her mom is doing could be recorded. And when it fits in 1 minute, that is the power of short messages, you know, to show how something is made. Because if it's long, then especially in Europe, people get bored because it's so long. So then you know, it is when you do it like this, then it holds the attention of the people. And I think this wonderful Emina had made a wonderful short video, and she shared it with us. And I think this, you know, she is making something, and what she makes, you will see just like this. Her mother is making it, and then they are so happy, you know, that they've could work with this project. And you see her mother and Emina's mother and Emina made this project. So, oh, let me see how to do it. Yeah. So what Emina also did, she made an article, a short article, just about less than 500 words about this recipe, how to do it. And as you can see, I have not put everything on this recipe, only some phrases, because it would not fit in this PowerPoint presentation. But I think it is wonderful, and I think a lot of people who are here now in this webinar can recognize it, because halwa is really traditional. It's traditional in India, and as you can see it, so in Turkey, and it is something that is very related to something about religious heyday. So this is the recipe that she shared with us. So it is really very easy, and you have seen how her mother made it, and it was really nice. And I think it's wonderful that she recorded it. She made some pictures. She shared the article about it and the recipe. And this is Ali. Ali also wrote an article, and he it is really interesting because he is doing something about this how you say it, about this Arab Alawis, and I was not really aware about this group the Arab Alawis, but they were the ones who, you know, from, as you can see from Prophet John was baptized by Jesus. These are the followers of Prophet John. And it is for me the first, not the first time, I have met some people who are from this kind of belief. And I think it's really wonderful that to know about this kind of things. So what he has done, he has also made a recipe. And he shared with us how his mother made this special dish, which is offered, which is eaten, you know, on these days when they're celebrating this Hay Day. And I hope that his film is playing, because it is also like this, and I will show it now. Yes, you can see it. It is, I think, also without sound, but it is. You can hear the cooking. Can you hear the cooking? The sound of the cooking, or not?
No, but we can enjoy the images. So it's
okay.
It's nice,
okay.
like we have the recipe, yeah.
Yeah,
and I just want to remind you, Hannah Mitra, you have 2 more minutes to wrap up this beautiful presentation so that we can move on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it is. Shall I stop the video, because it's just 1 minute, and then I have my closing remarks, where you can find more examples of this project. What I hope, really, my call to action is like this: that I want you. I hope that this is very inspiring for all of you, and I hope that you want to join this project, maybe implement it in Africa or in wherever you come from, you know, because it's a marvelous project, and I hope it is going to be shared on all of us in the URI. Thank you so much for your attention. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hannah Mitra. Now you can stop sharing the screen if you would like. Great. Thank you very much, and thank you. Even though we have these challenges at the beginning with the technology, but we enjoyed the presentation very much, and I'm sure that all of our dear participants who are still with us got inspired by your project and work, and that some of them will decide to join you. So you can put your contact details in the chat if someone is interested to come in contact with you, so that they can do the same project in their communities and story. Because I cut you up, but we try to stick all in the 90 minutes, because we know that everyone is busy and would like to move to some other activities as well. So I just want to use this opportunity to thank you all for participation, for amazing presentation. Please use chat option once again to post any question, comments, and I will post the link once again so that you can fill out all your contact details if you would like to receive gift of food. And now I just want to give floor to Karima so that we can wrap up this, having some closing remarks and short evaluation. So Karima, floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Leila, and thank you, Hannah Mitra. It sounds really yummy, the food we saw. So I hope to get the recipes one day and maybe even share those meals together. So yeah, it's been such a rich time. Looking back, we had Hannah Mitra's presentation about the recipes, intergenerational. We had Nagiba Hassan from Great Lakes region talking about reconciliation, and her team and Despina's team. And we had the amazing information from iFast. So as we always would like to understand what you liked best, and also for us to learn, I'd like to share a little question. Also, you can use it as a game. It's also a Mentimeter, and ask 2 questions to you. I'll share the link first, so in case you can go there. And if you don't feel comfortable with a Menti, you can also write the answers into the chat. So please share one thing that inspired you in today's webinar. And if you go to this link, it will open the Menti. Let me share the screen, then you can see it. also. Oh. Here we have the Menti. The young leadership. If you go to the chat, you can enter that. What one thing, please, what inspired you in today's webinar? I was inspired to call my granny. The open-mindedness and to understand each other via a screen. I'm going to call my grandma, the intergenerational part. Wait just a little bit longer. Food can unite us indeed. Food for healing. Amazing. So, and you can still share. We will really value your feedback of what you found inspiring. And there is another question, which is, food can unite us. Stop. Let me just stop. Okay, let me just share it. The second question is, how can you use your takeaway in your work? Is there something that you can take away and use in your daily work? Let's see, I'm also having these issues. Here we go. So let me share my screen again. We are constantly learning how to do. So how can you use one takeaway of today in your work? Food is food. Start fasting regularly. So many aspects about food. So it's probably difficult to choose what we will take away. And sometimes one doesn't know right away, but maybe there is one aspect that you can already say that you like to use it. I can feed my classmates, indeed. Yeah. Food recipes. I can ask my grandma for recipes. Great. Yeah, thank you for sharing your insights. Just wait a little bit longer. Maybe somebody has other things. I could say that for me, it was really so helpful to see that food, how it can help in reconciliation and bringing people together. To stand more of my beliefs of the strength of food, to share that food is so important. Great. So thank you very much for sharing some of your insights. And if you still like to enter something into that Menti, we will see it and we will appreciate it. So I just would like to say thank you all again for being here, for making part of this family, of this community, international, intercontinental. And they were so interesting, all these stories, experiences that we heard. And I'd just like to say that we are still celebrating World Interfaith Harmony Week, and we have 2 more events to come. On the 24th of February at 5 o'clock CET, there is one about history. Can history help? Creative approaches to peacemaking and tolerance in Europe. And we have some beautiful projects about how history can inform reflections and peacemaking. That's on the 24th of February. And then there is another one concluding our whole month of World Interfaith Harmony Month celebrations. And that's on 28th of February, Harmony in Diversity, a cultural festival. And I know some of you are already sharing cultural contributions, and those of you who would like to share brief contributions for that festival, feel free to contact Leila, Angelina, or myself. Angelina is in charge of that together with Enoe from Latin America. So that will also be an amazing event. Also at this 5 o'clock CET, Central European Time. So with that, just wish you a beautiful evening. Thank you once again. And I hope that we'll have a chance to have more food and actually enjoy food together in the future, the post-COVID. And yeah, I've been totally inspired, and keep up your great work. I'm so privileged to be together with you in this community. God bless and all my best wishes.
Thank you all for joining, and don't forget to fill out the form if you would like to receive gift of food. Let's spread the magic of food. Yeah, I will put it once again in the chat in case that you didn't see it already. And yeah, looking forward to seeing some of another events. And yeah, we will now stop recording as well.